What's going on? What's going on? All right, you know what time it is. You know what rhyme it is. I'm your gracious host, A6. We are live and direct, live in effect on this rainy Sunday. It is Super Bowl Sunday. A lot of people are watching the game. People basically tapped into that. Pretty much did a bunch of, family stuff today. I was on the grill, grilling up some wings. Headed over my people's house to, have a little bit of chill time with them. So what's up with everybody? We got a few cats up in here. Let's see who's in the chat. My man Civic Maker, perfect attendance. What's up, Civic Maker? What's going on, bro? Walrus, what up? What up? Alpha, yeah, he says, "Yeah, you already know, man. You be calling them out. Absolutely. He said 57 pending. Yeah, we got to elaborate on that. Victor Von Doom, what up, son? What's going on? James C. Lovett, the Bad Wolf is in the house. The born natural, Mr. Foreign National Bad Wolf, saying what's up to the grind time. It's a legendary 86. You already know what time we on, man. What's good with you? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Smash that like. Yes, indeed. Smash the like, please. Phyllis Floyd is in the house. That's Mr. National. Mr. National. You can drop the mister. You can just call me 86. That'll work. But yeah. What up, Prof? What's good? What's good? What up, King? What's good with you? Cash was good. Yes, sir. What up, Rich? We are just skipping. Hey, man, listen. This might not even be a long show tonight for the simple fact that I know people watching the Super Bowl, but we can chop it up for a bit. You know what I mean? What up, Carissa? What's good? What's good? Yes, indeed, man. It's been an eventful week. You guys, I'm sure you guys have been watching my channel and you guys saw the craziness that happened on Friday. We can get right into it, man. Hold on one sec. Let me there we go. All right, yeah. So let's elaborate on what happened, man. Let's break it down and chop it up because I know people are asking me questions. You pretty much saw the brunt of what was going on. There is about with the footage that was uploaded, there is literally about 30 minutes that was not recorded. And the crazy thing about it was I actually hit the record button to record the whole. All right, so the way it first happened, all right, I was coming up to uh the right side lane next to the shoulder, okay? And there was already a trooper there. He was already parked on the side, so he was trying to adjust to the flow of traffic. So when I'm going up, you know how everybody gets when a police officer is about to get in back of them. They like to slow down and let him get in front of them. So I'm the only one basically in front of him. So the dude is literally nobody between me and the car or the vehicle for this matter. So dude goes ahead and throws his lights on. So we get off on the exit, and as soon as we get off on the exit, he throws the lights on. All right. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm thinking this shouldn't take long. You know what I mean? I already put my notices in. Here's part of the issue though. I sent the notice in 2021 to Melissa Hyatt. Melissa Hyatt used to be the chief of police for Baltimore County. The chief of police has actually changed since then. And I believe the new chief of police, I'm not sure they transfer documents. I don't know how that works. But I know after I put that notice into Melissa Hyatt, I wasn't bothered for almost 2 years. So they have a new sheriff, what is it not sheriff, but a new chief of police for Baltimore County. Give me one sec. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Sorry about that. Yeah, I had to get some water. So yeah, I'm not sure if the notices or anything changes over between the chief of police and the chief of police basically when they switch positions. But it looks like they don't. So apparently there was a new chief from December, I believe. She stepped out. Melissa Hyatt stepped out. This new guy stepped in. I don't even know his name. So anyway, yeah, he flicks the lights on and I pull over. So then I crack my window just a little teeny bit. And a lot, all my doors are always like anytime you out there traveling, you need to make sure, not even just for like road pirates, man, but anybody literally, anybody who literally is trying to get in your whip when you don't want them in, you need to have your doors locked. That way, if something happens, you can have time to react. Because if somebody just open your door, like you exposed, you ain't expect that. You know what I'm saying? So always keep your stuff locked. So he basically comes up and he says, yeah, I noticed you didn't slow down for a construction site or something like it was some fabricated bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I was doing about probably on the exit, probably about 45. So going any slower it would literally would have had me impeding traffic, which is also a reason to be pulled over. So it was one of those things where it was complete bullshit. So I go ahead and say, all right, well, I'm just traveling, so I don't, I'm just exercising my right to travel. He said, yeah, well, I need to see your license, the registration, such and such. I said, I'm just traveling, sir. That's all I'm doing. I'm not operating commerce right now. He's like, look, we're not going to play those semantics games. So I need to see your license and registration. Now, keep in mind, these were state troopers. These weren't even police. Well, they weren't standard police. These were state troopers. State troopers can be dicks here in Maryland. State troopers can be complete dicks. I done seen a few state troopers being complete dickheads. They can be cool or they can be dicks. But the majority of state troopers I ran into were dicks. So the guy says, we're not going to play those semantics games. Blah, blah, blah. I said, well, look, I'm just exercising my right to travel as protected by the Constitution, basically. So he says, well, I'll be right back. So he goes to his cruiser and calls for backup. So his partner walks over to me and says, oh, that's a nice car, man. Blah, blah, blah. Good cop, bad cop routine. That's a nice car, man. Blah, 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 such and such. What do you have done to it? I was like, yeah, I just got springs and such and such. Like, man, this is a pretty sick ride. I was like, oh, thanks, man. Thanks, man. He was like, all right, yeah, no problem. So he walks away and the other guy comes back over. So he's like, all right, you're going to have to give me some government ID, such and such, or a driver's license. I want it right now, blah, blah, blah. And I need you to step out of the car. I say, yeah, I'd rather stay right here. Not getting out of my motherfucking day. You know what I mean? Because I already know the script. You know what I'm saying? Nah, absolutely fucking not. Then you had the other guy came up to me and said, hey, this is a nice car. Nah, I already know where this was headed. So I says, yeah, I'd rather stay here, man, to be honest with you. And he's like, yeah, well, you're not going to be able to do that. I'm asking you to get out. I said, well, I'll go ahead and protect my Fourth Amendment. And what I'll go ahead and do is I'll give you this right here. I don't have the driver's license, but I have this. So I gave him a passport. So he looks at it and says, uh, I'm very familiar with the sovereign citizen, but I said, sir, I'm not a sovereign citizen. I'm a sovereign, no citizen. Absolutely not. I'm just exercising my rights under the Constitution. I'm not seeing what the big problem is here. So he says, the problem is you're driving without a license, blah, 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 all this other crap. And he just, keeps going on. And he was being a dick. So a bunch of other police officers pull up, and then you got four of them. So now you got the two that hopped out of the one squad car, and then you got the other two that pulled up after the call was made. So it was crazy. So at this point, when he goes back to the cruiser again, I turn the phone on, and this was like maybe it had to have been like 25 minutes in, or maybe 20 minutes in, or something like. Maybe it was only like 20 minutes. But keep in mind, I was headed to work. I usually leave out about an hour, give myself an hour to get to work, because when I get to work, I like to have at least 20 minutes to sit and do whatever I got to do. Because when you're constantly on the move, every minute counts to do something. Even if it's waking up, try to get yourself out of the sleepy mode or whatever. So, my time is burning up. I'm like, bro, I gotta go. I don't got time for this, man. Y'all are being crazy right now. So dude comes up again and he's like, listen, all right. And that's when the footage had started. So then he comes up and you saw him ask, he was like, listen, I'm not gonna ask you again to get out of the car. So then I see him in the background. I see this world brolic state trooper. This dude looked like he had a diet of what is this soy wheat protein or whatever the hell it is. And he looked like he had a diet of wheat protein and steaks and potatoes. This dude was swole. So he was just like jacked up, putting his tight leather gloves on. He was looking at me doing like this. I'm like, oh, here we go with the intimidation. So the other guy in the back was putting on some gloves too, and I see him take like he has like a tool or something like that. Matter of fact, I take that back. This is before I turned the phone on. So he had a tool. I'm like, he about to try to break my window. So he had a tool, but the tool, it had multi points to it. So the dude walks over to the back of the car, and I'm like, yo, this motherfucker's taking my tag off. So I roll the window on the other. I don't consent to that. So then he looks like, and then he goes back to taking my tag off. I'm like, this mother. So at that point, he takes the plate off, and I yell, yo, I don't consent to that. You need to put that back. I do not consent to what you were doing right now. You were stealing my property. But I only rolled it down just enough to yell out. So the guy comes back up to the first one who stopped me, comes back up to the window, and that's when I turned the camera on and it was like, yo, these motherfuckers stole my shit, blah, blah, blah. So he comes back up like, listen, I'm not gonna ask you again. So look, one of them walks around one side very aggressively, like to the passenger side, and then the what is it? The original state trooper that pulled me over walks over to the driver's side, and then there's another one over to the far right of the fender, and then there's one in the back. So they got the car all surrounded, like tactical type shit. And I know what they was doing. So right while he's talking to me, a tow truck pulls up. I'm like, nah, this ain't happening, bro. Absolutely not. It is not gonna happen. So what I said is I was like, look, I'm just gonna continue basically, like I said, you heard me say I'm gonna continue I like to continue exercising my right to travel when I invoke the Fourth Amendment and such and such. You know what I'm saying? The way the whole entire situation happened, it was intense. But again, the way this is what my mind was. All right, look, if y'all want to get me out of this car, because let me tell you what happens here in Maryland. First off, when cars get towed, shit gets stolen off of cars. Okay, if your automobile gets towed, shit gets stolen off of it. I've seen it happen before. All right, I used to roll down the Northern Parkway car lot, and we used to go watch all kinds of races and stuff like that back in the day. And I've seen cars get towed with nice rims, and you might have a nice radio, and then by the time you get it out of the impound yard, your radio's gone, your rims is different than the ones you put. Dude, it's grimy out here. And then they'll say, yeah, it was like that when I got here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, y'all are gonna have to physically yank me out of this damn whip. All right, y'all gonna have to pull me out of this whip because ain't no way y'all stealing all this shit off my whip. It ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So then that's when the tow truck pulled up. He was like, look, like you got two choices. You can get arrested and get out, blah blah blah. This, he was barking a bunch of threats. And I'm like, I'm just standing on my Fourth Amendment. I'm invoking my Fourth Amendment. And I know you took an oath to uphold my Fourth Amendment. I wasn't being cocky. I wasn't being a jerk, but I was being very assertive because at the end of the day, you got to mean what you say. You know what I mean? So that's where I was with it. I'm like, yeah, y'all gonna have to really, it's gonna have to be, y'all gonna have to make a scene out of this because that's gonna be more ammunition against you later on when I do what I need to do. So he ended up backing down. And check this out, right? So he came, and a lot of people was like, yo, they took your passport card. They did not take they tried to steal my passport card. So he takes the tickets, right, and puts them on the front windshield. He just laid him on the front windshield. I'm like, yo, I don't want none of this shit, bro. I don't consent. You can't force me to contract. That's slavery. I'm literally out here traveling. I haven't broken any constitutional code. I'm not contracted with the state of Maryland. You can't force me to contract. If I had a driver's license or something like that, that'd be different. But like, yeah, they took the plate and then he dropped off the what is it, the tickets on the windshield or whatever. So he says so he walks back to a scorecard. And the other guy comes over like the brolic dude. He leans down like, "Am I clear to understand that you renounce your U.S. citizenship?" He sounded like a military dude. He said he was a provost marshal or whatever the hell that is. And he probably was ex-military. The way he was sounded like a drill sergeant. But I'm like, no, I'm a national. He was like, took the passport card and said, passports only for U.S. citizens. And he walks back to the car. It was crazy. I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers is tripping. So I basically lean out the window like, I need my car back so I can go, and I need my plate back. You heard me say that. So then I had to say it again. And then the dude comes back over like, if you are not a U.S. citizen, you cannot have a passport. I said, sir, I'm a national. It says right on the DS-11 form, you can have a passport. As a matter of fact, in the oath you actually swear to, they might have changed it on this new form though. But I got the DS-11 form right here. I know exactly because I always read this thing. It's very important to know what you know what you're signing. All right, so look. Yeah, it says non-citizen national of the United States. Yep. So like on that particular spot, it says on there, you're either a non-citizen national, you're not a citizen, or you're a U.S. citizen. Those are both statuses that you can have here in on the land or whatever with the corporation anyway. So dude says, he says, do you know what I'm a provost marshal? Do you know what a provost marshal is? I said, well, I just know, you sound like an intelligent dude. Only thing I know is I just need my ID back. It's like I ain't playing that game, man. I'm standing on the Constitution, and I even quoted the Maryland I said Article 4 of the Maryland Constitution says that the police are subservient or subordinate to the people. I'm one of the people. I'm telling you to give me my stuff back. You are literally violating the Maryland Constitution right now. Not to mention, they was violating and attempted to further violate Article 44 of the Maryland Constitution that literally says the provisions of the United States Constitution apply whether it is war or peace. Those provisions apply. So people say, yeah, the state constitution is different. Well, yes, that is facts. The state does have the right to make its own laws, so to speak. But it also says in Article 44, as per the State of the Union, the U.S. Constitution does apply. So that's the issue here. You know what I'm saying? So all those provisions definitely apply, war or peace. So again, dead wrong. So yeah, so he goes back to the squad car after the conversation we had, and and then the other guy comes No, then he comes back. I lean out the window again and go, I need my stuff so I can go. And it says in the Bible, knock upon the door 3 times and ye shall answer, or something like that. So then the dude comes back over and he says, he says, if you are not a U.S. citizen, you are not getting your pay. You need to go talk to the federal government to get your passport back. I said, sir, I informed you I'm a national. He said, yes, I've heard that. And I says, I'm just exercising my right to travel. You guys are literally violating my rights right now. He says, listen, do you know the difference between a right and a privilege? I said, yeah, absolutely. Driving is a right. If I was saying I was driving, y'all would have had me up out of here almost an hour ago. This whole transaction would have took 5 minutes. Y'all would have broke the window, yanked me out, towed the whip, and put me in jail. I already know how this works. But the fact that I'm still sitting here is facts that you guys are realizing what I'm thinking. Facts that you guys are realizing you can't do that. So God goes ahead and says, uh, yes, your right to travel will not be violated. And they try to tell me I can walk. I'm like, bro, you can't tell me how I can travel. Y'all are not dictators, bro. I'm a free man. Y'all are literally trying to tell me what to do. What are you talking about, bro? But these are the games they play, though, man. But um, what happens is, dude goes ahead and goes back to the car after that, and then the original state trooper that pulled me over, who was trying to sweet talk me, because he went from bad cop to trying to go to good cop, which don't make no motherfucking sense. You know what I mean? So he comes back over and he says, look, he had my passport card in his hand. I saw him. He had it in his hand. He was trying to hide it. He was like, why didn't you just get out of the car? Blah, blah, blah. Then he tried to insult me. He was like, why didn't you get out of the car like a man? I said, what did you just say? What you talk? What? So he walked away after that. And then he ended up coming back and giving me he put my stuff on my windshield. And then they ended up, the two troopers at the end of the 1 hour stop left. And then actually three of them left because the other one that was supposed to be in his whip wasn't even there. So the one that was with him dipped off with the other two, I think. So yeah, they refused to give me my plate back, bro. I'm not sure why. So what is I'm trying to figure out what the hell is the reason of him keeping the plate. Because again, I told him it was $100 million lien on that shit, which is yeah. So that's a whole nother conversation. But trying to keep the property doesn't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like what is going on with that? Now, I'm not clear on that particular thing. They even tried to steal the passport too, but I'm like, bro, y'all literally cannot freaking do this. You know what I mean? That's completely effed up. But let's get some comments in there. Let's catch up on these comments. You said no games, no doubt. I see all usual and notorious nationals have been rounded up. Yes, sir. What up? What up, Azrael? What up, Rich? New sheriff in town, policy enforcement folks. Listen, like I said, I don't have no problem with police officers. All right. You never hear me say fuck police because I ain't. That's not the way I basically. Well, you might have heard me say it in the past, but the way I think now, basically, I'm not necessarily anti-police. I'm anti-oath breakers. That's what I don't like. That shit. If you took an oath, you need to uphold that oath. It literally says in 18 United States Code Title 242 and 241, basically under statutes, codes, or ordinances, if you violate somebody's rights, that is deprivation of rights under color of law, because that shit is literally color of law. Those laws apply to people who are contracted with the state. That's why when you sign a document with the state, it literally says that you subject yourself to the jurisdiction thereof. So that's what it is. But yeah. Well, dude, yes, indeed, Phyllis Floyd. Yep, share, hit the notification bell, and hit the like button. What up, Jones? What up? What's good? What's good? Thank you, thank you, thank you. They didn't steal my passport card, Kevin. They tried to steal my passport card, but they ended up stealing the plate, literally. Rich says locked doors had a kid shot by officers because his door was unlocked. Locked doors had a kid get shot by an officer because his door was unlocked. And also, please, when you park backwards. That way, you got time to flee anywhere, any situation, without reversing. I mean, yeah, that's classic street knowledge. Backing in is always going to be the best thing to do because if you got to get out of somewhere quick, because like backing up when you in a panic, it never pans out right, bro. It don't pan out right. You end up going too fast. You usually end up hitting. So I seen it happen. You usually end up hitting something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's that. Yeah, he broke out the gloves. Alex, my man, put the gloves on. Like, yeah, we about to fuck you up, boy. I was like, oh shit, they about to whip my ass. Hey man, it takes a certain amount of it takes a certain amount of like assertion and bravery though, man, because like yo, at the end of the day, son, like this is the same shit they did to us in 2020. And you gotta wear a mask, you gotta take a jab. You know what I mean? Like, yo, this is I do we are tired, bro. I can't no more, man. I can't, bro. Like, cause listen, if it probably wasn't for 2020, son, like I would have never I might not even never got to this path. But yo, this is we tired, yo. Like y'all not gonna keep doing this, man. We just tired. We tired. We's tired. Stopping by. What up, tied up? Stopping by real quick. Proud of you and the knowledge you acquired. Well, Polly, thank you so much, man. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you for tuning in, man. It's a good dude right there, man. Go subscribe to my man Tied Up. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Carissa. They destroyed my key. Oh, that's terrible. In Connecticut. That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, why though? Like, why do y'all hate the Constitution so much? y'all trying to bully people. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man, y'all crazy. And they talking about, oh, it's because of their money. I don't give a listen. The Constitution, first off, they ain't even supposed to be using Federal Reserve notes as per the Constitution. They're supposed to be using gold and silver coin. So any of that other stuff is miss me with all that, man. Because that's crazy to me. What up, Jet? Oh, you missed a lot, bro. Their job is only to suck you in their jurisdiction and force you to play a monopoly board. But see, that's the problem, though. And then they wonder why there's a problem with police in the community. The problem is when y'all get to that point where y'all think y'all just gonna muscle somebody into doing some shit, that's completely wrong, bro. Like that's wrong. You can't force nobody to do anything. You don't have inherent ownership of anybody. That's it's crazy. And then the dude came back and said, before he said you have the right to travel, with your right to travel will not be infringed. Before he did that, he came back and asked me, "What is your name?" Like Toby, what is your name? Yo, he tried to tell me. So I spelled it upper and lowercase, and then he was like, what is the name on your what is on your passport? I said, what do you mean? He said, what is the name on your US passport? Like a drill instructor. And I said, that is an all caps ins leges legal fiction, sir. That's what I told him. So yes, that is not me. They try everything, bro. And these are the ways they'll get you. What is your name? You say what's on that passport. They got you. You done. You finished. They got you. Same thing when you go in court. You know what I mean? They ask you, what is your name? You say that name without clarifying, you're done. They got you. And it ain't no walking it back after that either. You know, ain't no challenging jurisdiction. That's it. They say you can challenge jurisdiction anytime, but it ain't gonna work. Thank you. Thank you for coming through, man. Welcome, welcome. It's terrible we have to go through this stuff. But listen, this is why we came here, Alex. This is literally why we elected to come here because these things were going on. We are children of the light. We're literally supposed to be walking in the light. This is the reason why we're here. We're here to make the world a better place. You know what I'm saying? And even if I listen, I don't know if it was a situation where these dudes didn't know the information I was spitting off to them, or if they didn't know what I was doing. I'm not sure. I can neither confirm or deny that. But I kind of feel like lessons were learned at that current stop. Like they learned something there, you know, but this is why we're here. You know, the average people don't have the nerve to go through the stuff we actually go through. So we're here to make the world a better place by doing this. You know what I'm saying? Listen, my plan, man, is to do this another few years, teach as many people as I can that want to learn only. And I'm out of here, bro. I'm gonna be on an island somewhere, man. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at with this whole situation. But I'm gonna be on an island somewhere with a Muay Thai in my hand, laying on the beach, relaxing. That's what I'm gonna be doing. But yo, you know, this is one of those things where that's why I was put here, man. I was put here to lead and teach, and that's what I gotta do. So this is why we came here, Alex. So with that said, you know what I mean? This is what we have to do. We don't do it, then who is? Because the sheeple ain't going to. They just gonna keep doing what they told. You know what I mean? He said, problem is they take another oath. Probably, but that don't negate the fact that they took an oath to uphold the Constitution. That's the issue. The Supreme Court will nail them into the wall over that shit. Hip hop, what up? What up? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Angelina. Angela Rachino, what up? What up? I ain't see you in a few weeks. I did not see end of the video as yet. Glad you were polite and stood your ground to the police. Absolutely. Listen, I done been in situations where I've been faced with the Grim Reaper and stood my ground multiple times. You know, that doesn't move me as much. You know what I mean? Um, I have a solid nerve. You know, I put myself in stressful situations a lot in the past, you know, whether it be competing, um, you know, I do Brazilian jiu-jitsu. So whether it be getting on the mat and competing with a man who's trying to snap your arm, choke you to sleep, or break anything you have on your body, you know what I mean? Who's willing to do anything to break a bone in your body, and you have to stop him from trying to break you up or try to break him up in return. So you know when you step into a arena with another man who's trying to maul you, you know what I mean? It gives you a whole new sense of nerve. So you can call it nerves of steel. And I'm not here bragging. I'm just telling you guys how I'm able to do this. I also study this all the time. I'm always mentally doing reps in my head. I'm always asking myself questions in my head and answering back how I'll respond. You know, I'm constantly learning and studying the knowledge. This is called being a good American at the end of the day. This is called being a good American. You know what I mean? This is what it is. We are supposed to be upholding these constitutional laws that are put in place. Supreme Court already has our back. The problem is we got a lot of corruption standing between us and Supreme Court. You know, so that's what it is, man. You know, you'll get no justice in state court. We already know that. So there we are. What up, James? Hey, Six, I'm glad to see you're out of the tire's grass. Always enjoy your videos and info. Blessings to you and your family. Yes, indeed. Rivet your plate instead of using screws. Rivets. Listen, I'll be honest, Fred. If I use rivets on my plate, they might have took my freaking goddamn trunk lid off trying to get that thing because they were on some crazy shit, bar. I use tamper-proof plate protector from the auto store. They need a special key. Oh, really? Hey, send me that link because I need that. Send me that link, man. Send me that link because that's insane, bro. Like, you listen. And here's the thing, all right. I'm good. I'm perfectly cool with being tested, all right. Because when you walk this path, you are going to be tested. This is why I tell people who hit me up and say, "Yo, what do I need to start?" The first thing I tell them is, well, two things you can start at. Get your passport first off, and start reading the Constitution and study it. Read your state constitution and read your U.S. Constitution and study them. The Constitution for the United States of America. Study those. You need to study those because ain't no amount of secured party creditor passport, you know what I mean? Injunction, is you got to know what you're talking about because they're going to try you. You know, that's what it is. They're going to try you. That's really what it is. They're going to try you. That was a shakedown to see what I knew. You know what I mean? And here's the messed up part. I can see it in the first state trooper's eyes that was being a dick. I can see it in his eyes when he came back the second time that he did not want to be there anymore. Like, I can read his energy. He didn't even want to be there anymore. Somebody was telling him to do that. Somebody was telling him how to react and what to do. So there's somebody sitting in the office. You know what I mean? You can debate what what race, and I'm not talking about skin color. All right. We can debate what race of being was sitting in that chair telling him to do that crap. But you know what I'm saying? This is the issue we have. You know, at what point does morality kick in when you're told to do something wrong when a job is for feeding your family? You know what I mean? What point does morality kick in? Like, yo, you know what? This shit ain't right. That's what I'm wondering. Seem like those are the best ways to do it. And what they do is terrorism. Look up the definition to contact the attorney general. Hey, listen, them dude attorney general. Listen, your best bet is probably going to be the FBI. The Secretary of State is probably going to be your best bet. And then, you know what I'm saying? The attorney general is literally the top cop, bro. You are not going to get any love from the attorney general. And our attorney general was Brian Frost, and he's a complete slime bag. So, yeah, there's that. But yeah, Attorney General, you'll get no love. You know, your best bet is probably going to be going above. So that's what it is with that particular situation. Well, once you get justice in court, I think that is when they actually decide to leave people alone, assuming they pay out. Yeah, usually what they'll do, from what I comprehend, is they'll go ahead and want to settle out of court. You know what I'm saying? But listen, yeah, school them. Yep, I'm in your area, I get in touch on starting my journey. This truth, dude. I got my hands full right now. You're gonna have to hit somebody else. I'm gonna be honest with you, James. My hands are full right now. I'm dealing with a bunch of crap, and including this. So you know what I mean. Where will one start? I'm gonna tell you just like I tell everybody else. You can get your passport the proper way, and make sure you get yourself some knowledge of the Constitution, state and federal. The best thing I can tell you: start reading and memorizing, and being able to quote and learning United States code. Those are what's gonna pull you out the fire. Because when it's test time, you ain't got no notes. You got notes, but you ain't got time to read that. It's just like when you was in school and it's pop quiz time. That's a pop quiz. You ain't got time to whatever you got right there is what you got. That's what it is. What up, Tony? What's good? What's the response they ask for your insurance and how should we proceed about insurance? Listen, Taquan X actually has a way you can get insurance. Go over to Taquan X's page and holler at him. He can tell you how to get insurance with the if you're out there traveling, there's a way you can do it. But you can also be. Here's what again, a lot of people don't know. You can be self-insured. It is actually possible to be self-insured, meaning you take full responsibility if you damage somebody's property, which you should be. If you out here traveling, you need to take responsibility for your actions. So if something happens, you need to make sure that you can handle it. Facts. You out here beating up people's property, hitting and running, you're a slime bag, and you deserve whatever happens to you. But if you out here just taking responsibility, then that's good stuff. Andrea, you missed vid. It's on my I posted it. What up, Mike? He said 86 is ready for the next level. It is what it is, Mike. You know what I mean? Listen, we don't always choose to go further, but sometimes we're pushed. And once you graduate from a certain spot, the tests get harder. All right, so my boy messaged me the other day. He was like, yo, listen, man, you got to remember, all right, the fact of the matter is the more advanced you get, the test will be more difficult. That's how it is. So this is why I tell people you need to be studying. Ain't no magic procedure for all of this. You have to do it. If you ain't trying to study, you might as well go and get yourself a driver's license. You can watch the content and support us who do, but I wouldn't suggest you doing it because you just don't have what it takes to go out there and exercise, man. Until you do, I would say play on the safe side. That's what I recommend anybody. If the state constitution says the police are subservient to the people, then we need them. We need to set up a meeting with the departments to teach them face to face. I thought about that too, Vic. I honestly have thought about that too, man. But how many of these departments would be willing to do that, knowing that they stand to lose money? You know what I mean? You need a dash cam, a 360 on HD with live recording remote. All right, nobody, y'all gonna have to start donating because listen, y'all asking me to do a lot, but I got Jonah Bay to come on here. You know what I mean? And he opted to do it for free, but I went ahead and just stand in honor. I went ahead and slid him something anyway out of my pocket for you guys. So it's a lot of stuff I want to do, but the donations don't come in as much as they should. So I'm doing what I can with what I got to work with. You feel me? Like I don't mind giving, but I can only got but so much to give. And when it comes to the Federal Reserve notes for credits and all that stuff, fiat. Freedom. Yeah. That's believe me, Mike. I'm gonna hit you up. Matter of fact, email me right now because your email got buried under like 30 emails. Email me right now, right? Send me a message right now so we can chat later. He came back because he was being puppeteered. He went back to go back to his cap. Yeah, and it's crazy. I asked him for a supervisor originally. He said no, you're not getting a supervisor. I said okay, well if that's how you want to play it, then cool. I mean, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of shit. I ain't afraid of you. You know what I mean? I ain't afraid. Nah, they all had 9mm Glocks on them and shit. I ain't scared. Nah, man. Nope. Not afraid of that. Like I said, I'm doing the right thing. So if anything happens to me, I can go out with a smile on my face. You feel me? You live eternal when you do good works, and something happens to you when you're doing those works. You're doing exactly what you were called on to do. You have nothing to be afraid of. You got to be afraid when you're doing dirt and somebody injures shit. That's when you got to be afraid. You see what I'm saying? And that's why, listen, and that's why when these tyrants get involved with some of them sovereign citizens that tear the fur off of them at traffic stop, they be terrified. You know what I mean? doing dirt. And some of them sovereign citizens, I done seen different occasions where some of them sovereign citizens light their asses up. No, me, I don't teach that. I teach the pen is mightier than the sword. You literally saw me in my pen in my automobile holding a red pen while they were talking to me. You saw that. That's my weapon of choice, the pen. I get busy with the pen. You feel me? The pen and the tongue is my weapons of choice when it comes to the tyrants. You should check in on shit too. Most attorney generals are asshats anyway. Listen, if you look up Brian Frost here and what he did to basically uh stop regular U.S. citizens from getting permits to carry firearms, you would see exactly what I'm talking about. Because this motherfucker went out on a limb to do this shit. He was super angry when Supreme Court passed that law. You know what I'm saying? And listen, we all know we got the right to bear arms. Yes, we do. But the U.S. citizens, they need a they got to ask permission to do that to carry firearms. But yeah. Now I didn't get my plate back, Bill. Listen, trust me, I'm already on it. Yep, I'm already on it, Mike. Listen, I'm gonna have a point. Listen, Mike, I need you to get back on Telegram too, yo. I need you to get back on Telegram. I know you don't like Telegram. I feel you, but yo, I'm gonna put together a little small group. It ain't gonna be many people. It's gonna be a few people. It ain't gonna be many, but I'm gonna be giving y'all the breakdown on what's going on. We gonna put together like a think tank. You know what I'm saying? But trust me, trust me. All right, I ain't gonna say what I'm moving with next. Are they sending you to court for a police stop you had? Well, maybe not. Here's what I noticed too. When I checked the tickets, the date of birth was wrong. It was off by 4 years. So that was very weird. And then the automobile was in a trust. It wasn't even in the straw man's name. So those are two things I noticed that were weird about the ticket. Like, okay. Like I said, he had a battery in his back, but I could clearly see he did not want to be there anymore. He's like, I do not want to fucking do this shit. What about the governor? Do you think, man, Governor Hogan is a puppet too? That dude's a rhino. Listen, Maryland is completely fucked. This is one of the reasons I said I'm gonna do this another few years and I'm out. I'm out, son. Maryland is fucked. Completely fucked. You can look at what's happening in Baltimore, and you can look at what's happening with the politics and the way that these same politicians keep getting in. They keep putting politicians in. You got the people in Baltimore who are basically zombies for the most part. They keep voting the same people in. The same cycle continues. Nobody ever thinks to do anything different. They'll elect people because they black here. That's the problem. They claim to be African American and they elect them because they look like them. That's why shit don't get done. You know what I'm saying? It's like taboo to vote for anybody that thinks differently or looks different or doesn't look the same as you. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. And that's why Baltimore and Maryland is fucked in this entirety. How about the codes for threatening a foreign national? They threaten you, they're gonna put yo, it's a lot, yo. Mike, it's a lot. We can look at 18 United States Code Title 241, 242 if we want to go there. It literally, everything they literally did is right in United States Code. Literally. It's written there word for word. Statutes, codes, or order. Matter of fact, man, I feel like let's get jiggy, man. Let's get jiggy, man. Let's get jiggy. All right, let me see. 241. I think 241 is the one I was looking at earlier. All right. Let's take a look at what this says. Let's read this. All right. This is 18 United States Code 241 conspiracy against rights. If two or more persons, if two or more persons conspire to injure, oppress, threaten, or intimidate any person in any state, territory, commonwealth, possession, or district in the free exercise or enjoyment of any right or privilege secured to him by the Constitution or laws of the United States, or because of his having and exercise the same, or if two or more persons go in disguise on the highway or on the premises of another with intent to prevent or hinder his free exercise or enjoyment of any right or privilege so secured, they shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 10 years or both. And if death results from the acts committed in violation of this section, or if such acts include kidnapping or an attempt to kidnap, aggravated sexual abuse, or an attempt to commit aggravated sexual abuse, or an attempt to kill, they shall be fined under this title or imprisoned for any term of years or for life or both, or may be sentenced to death. I got you. Hold on. It gets deeper. The well gets deeper. The well gets deeper. All right, let's get to it. All right. This is 18 United States Code 242, deprivation of rights under color of law. Whoever under any color of any law, statute, ordinance, regulation, or custom willfully subjects any person in a state, territory, commonwealth, possession, or district to the deprivation of any rights, privileges, or immunities secured or protected by the Constitution or laws of the United States, or to different punishments, pains, or penalties on account of such person being an alien, or by reason of his color or race, that are prescribed for the punishment of citizens shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 1 year or both. And if bodily injury results from the acts committed in violation of this section, or if such acts include the use and attempted use or threatened use of a dangerous weapon, explosives, or fire, shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 10 years or both. And if death results from the acts committed in the violation of this section, or if such acts include kidnapping or an attempt to kidnap, aggravated sexual abuse, or attempt to commit aggravated sexual abuse, or attempt to kill, shall be fined under this title or imprisoned for any terms or years for life, or both may be sentenced to death. All right, so that's what that says. All right. So how many violations did y'all count while I was sitting there for a motherfucking hour? That's the question. That's the question. It's just racking them up at that point. Constitution wants to get my passport and study the federal. Yeah, get into it, man. Study your rights. Study how the system works, man. Or it's supposed to work. Where can I find that page for private nationals insurance? That's gonna be Taquan X. Is SR22 same as self-insured? I don't know. I don't even know what the SR22 is. What up, Eric? What's good, champ? What about the inspector general? They're above the attorney general. Besides, listen. To be honest with you, I don't believe any, because listen, they all make money off of this. All of these tyrants make money off of the DMV. They all make money off of these tickets and shit. This is all about fiat grab. This is about stealing your energy. Okay, your Federal Reserve notes are literally your energy. When you go to work and you work for your Federal Reserve notes and you get quote unquote given Federal Reserve notes, that is your energy. Okay, but they're stealing your energy effectively. That's what they're doing. That's what this is all about. They don't give a damn about the actual Federal Reserve. They can print as much as they need. This is about stealing your goddamn energy. It's good. Yep. But yeah, that's what it is. So you literally going to more police at that point to tell on other police. The fuck is that gonna do? That's not gonna do shit. You know what I mean? You gotta go further than that. The departments don't give a shit about their policies on how they deal with it. They don't give a shit about none of that, bruh. Facts. It's becoming painfully obvious. How about if we come as our own equity courts? Break that down, Eric. I can look at the dash cam. I can look at the dash cam for you cheap. Put your email in the chat. Oh, you know what? Damn, I'm so distracted. My email is right at the bottom right there. There's the email. Yep. You can't be listen, if you shaky or you're afraid, listen, the first few times you get pulled over, you're gonna be terrified, all right? Because the whole time you've been programmed that these are supposed to be your leaders or your masters. All right. Once you realize who you are effectively and you embrace it in your heart and your mind, you don't become afraid anymore. You can stand on your truth. That's what it is. But it takes a while to uncondition your mind, man. It takes a while. Fear no one. Yep. Fear none. Thank you. Thank you. Cops should be trying to make legal determinations from presumptions in the first place. Here's my thing. It's cool to presume, but if I rebut the presumption, don't keep trying to force the presumption on me. Like, what the? If you tell me I'm driving and I tell you I'm traveling, don't keep trying to tell me I need insurance to drive. That's retarded. You know what I'm saying? No, don't do that. That's crazy. They did that on purpose so the ticket would get thrown out. Yeah, that's probably true, Tony. That's probably true. But you know what, yo? Nah, man. Like you cannot steal my shit. No, yo. I created. You can't fucking steal what I created. If I were to go to Dude, if I were to walk into a courtroom, even if I didn't have court, if I were to walk into a courtroom, okay, and I was to go past the bar and steal that judge's gavel, I would be under the motherfucking jail because I didn't create that gavel. I didn't pay for the creation of that gavel. Well, technically, the people paid for the damn shit, but that's another conversation. But technically, it's not my property. And the fact that I went in and took that property would literally be a situation where I'm liable. So why is it they can do the same? They can do some shit like that to us. I told you I wasn't no fucking U.S. citizen. I told you I'm not that person that you're trying to lead me on to be. I told you I'm not the all caps name. I told you all this, and you're still trying so you're still gonna steal my shit. I told you I invoked my Fourth Amendment. I told you that I'm traveling. You know what I'm saying? I told you that the Maryland Constitution, Article 4, says that the people are superior to the police, or the police are subservient to the people, or subordinate to the people. I told you that. Article 44 of the Maryland Constitution says that all the provisions in the Constitution of the United States of America apply whether in peace or war. Article 24 of the Maryland Constitution also says that no man shall be disseized of his freehold, his property, or his papers without a fair trial. So all of this shit is going on, and you still take my shit? Like, y'all are crazy out here, man. But you know what? It's all good, because at the end of the day, for every action, there is an equal or greater reaction, and I'm gonna leave it there in terms of that. Get out of Maryland, son. Working on it, yo. I'm working. I gotta free some more of my people first mentally, man. I gotta free more minds first. Pennsylvania. I heard Pennsylvania. People getting fucked over in Pennsylvania too, to be honest. I'm thinking somewhere tropical. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm thinking somewhere tropical. That's where I'm at with this whole shit. I'm gonna be a foreign national for real, nigga. Fishy activities, so they ticketed the trust. That's interesting. Yeah, they took the all caps ins legis and applied it to the automobile that was actually so the ticket is all fucked up. The ticket's got the wrong birth date on it. The ticket's got the wrong name. The automobile's not even in the proper. The ticket is off, but it's not that, yo. It's the fact that they stole my shit. I ain't even really mad about the fucking ticket. They stole my shit. You can't take my shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you was a man without a badge on, I'd have hit you in your fucking mouth and I'd have fucked you up, because at the end of the day, you can't just take my shit. You see what I'm saying? They hide behind the badge. If you was another man, you see what I'm saying, and you tried to take my shit and you didn't have a gun or a badge, I would have knocked you the fuck out. But y'all niggas be doing shit like that when they know they can get away with it, man. That pisses me off. You in the country. Yeah. Right now. Uh-oh. And if they stole the tags off your trust on your automobile, the asset tag on the automobile is clearly theft. The passport, when they took your property, that's a federal offense too. Listen. I got my passport card back, but listen, bro, it's not a game out here. The birth date is their legal way out. The court will toss it when the numbers don't match. Your status is checked. I don't want to hear that. No disrespect, Prof, but I don't want to hear that, bro, because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? That was bullshit. You know what I mean? You came off wrong in the first place because when I asked you for a supervisor, you said you're not getting a supervisor. Like you was already wrong. You was in the wrong. And the fact that you try to create a little way out in between the shit to give yourself, man, you can, and then you took my shit. All right, look, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, yo. If they ain't take my shit, I probably would leave this shit alone. If they ain't steal my plate, I probably would leave this alone. But yo, nah, bro, you cannot take my property, bro. That's just wrong, man. Voting is fixed. They're all installed. Hey, that's another thing, Bill. The shit is rigged, man. That's a whole other conversation. You absolutely right. I'm still thinking in my old mindset. All the voting polls are rigged. All that shit is rigged. They put these people in. That's 1,000% correct. Or Antarctica, that would be nice. Listen, if I can get beyond that ice wall, and get to them people outside the ice wall, be like, look, I told you it was fucked up. Why'd you go? You know what I mean? Listen, man, nah, but I'm thinking, dude, I'm done because I'm not done, but I already know what I'm gonna do at this point, yo. I already know what I'm gonna do at this point. You see what I'm saying? But my job is to educate as many people who want to be educated as possible. I'm not trying to wake up no more people sleeping. I'm done. If you sleep at this, if 2020 didn't wake you up, you are hopeless at this point. You know what I mean? If people taking you, you gotta poke your arm with some crack. You see what I'm saying? And to come back and do some slave work for minimum wage is not a wake up call. I ain't got nothing for you, man, because I can't work magic. The only thing I can do is help those who want to be helped. Only one that can take your passport is the same people that gave it to you, not them. Yeah, you right about Maryland for sure. Trying to dig my way out too. Yeah, change is coming, brother. Just watching a few months. I mean, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Maybe, but I mean, I was thoroughly disappointed by the display. And here's the problem. Even if it was a situation, right, where these dudes didn't know any of the stuff I was talking about, that's still bad because you got people out here enforcing the law that don't know it. That is terrible. And these people have qualified immunity in guns. Like, yo, what the fuck? This shit is completely fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense. 42 United States Code 1983. I think I read that before. Let's see what it says. Yeah, civil action for deprivation of rights. Yeah. I read this before. I definitely read this before. Yeah, I read that one before. Thank you, though. I gotta close out some of these damn tabs. I got too many tabs open. 100% color of law. That is also RICO. Listen. And you know what's crazy, Bill? You know what the craziest part of all of this is? All right. Um, Let it be a situation where, you know what I'm saying, Lil Tavon from up the Ave um loses his job and his boy from down the road says, yo, come through, man. Yo, we got some work for you up here in the corner. You know what I mean? Let it be a situation where he gets into a high ranking position, working the streets and slinging all kinds of crap in the street, poison in the community, doing well for himself, buys himself a Range Rover, buys his mom this, that, and the third. You see what I'm saying? He over there making money on a sneak tip. Let it be a situation where he gets caught and they get hit with a RICO charge. But it's cool when they do it though. They can do it, but the people can't do it. But that's the crazy. But yo, that's the hypocrisy of the whole situation, yo. You know what I mean? And I keep saying time and time again, yo, this is kind of our fault for letting this shit go on this long. But listen, I'm at a point right now where like, yo, I'm doing as much as I can myself. You know what I mean? All the others, Bad Wolf, Fearless Floyd, you know what I mean? Finest Thing, Walking, all the other heads who are out there preaching this, Jonah Bay out here preaching this information and trying to give people, you know what I'm saying, exactly what they deserve in terms of the knowledge and relating to the people. And you know what I mean? Just helping people out in general, you know. But I'm doing as much as I can, man, for real. But are we really party to any constitution, state or federal? Well, yes, I would say yes. People say you're not party to the Constitution, but here's the thing: we are the people. Okay, we are the people. The Constitution doesn't give us, the Bill of Rights doesn't give us any rights. The Bill of Rights literally protects our rights. That protects our private rights. The Constitution stops the government from infringing on your rights. It doesn't give you any rights. So if you think in the Constitution gives you the Second Amendment, yes, you're failing because you're not party to that. The Constitution is stopping the government from taking your shit. The Constitution is stopping corrupt tyrants from running in your automobile and snatching you out. That's what the Fourth Amendment was for. So yeah, I would say absolutely we are party, or not, maybe not party to it in that sense, but it applies to our rights. It protects our private rights. It separates the public from going into the private. That's why they kept trying to get me out of the automobile, because I was in the private. They wanted me in the public. You give me an order to go out, I'm in the public at that point. Will your bond withstand the commercial liability of Yo, that's a good one right there. Will your bond withstand the commercial liability of your actions? That's a hell of a question to ask a tyrant. That's a hell of a question, because the answer is no. Because what's going to happen is, once that claim gets put on that bond for however much money, they only going to cover up to a certain amount, and the rest of that is on his personal shit. That goes on his social. So that motherfucker's credit is shot. Yeah. So yeah, that's a whole nother thing. You know what I'm saying? And then if you don't pay that back, that's when you can start putting liens on people. Like they say, you don't put liens on on their individual capacity. You got to have a reason to put a lien. For you to put a UCC1 on them, they have to be liable for some kind of debt, and you have to be able to prove that, right? So the problem with that is, if you just go put a lien on somebody because they did some shit to you, you're fucked up. You see what I'm saying? But if they owe you some shit, you know what I mean? And you can prove that they owe you some shit with like some kind of judgment or something, or some kind of information from their bond association or whatever. You got their ass. You know what I mean? You got their ass. So that's a whole other thing. But and you know what's messed up? The fact of the matter is they're not even being trained properly. So now they got to be personally liable. Meanwhile, when they're not eligible to be hold public office anymore to be insured, they just put another dickhead in there that's going to do the same shit. It don't change nothing. You got one asshole that got his hands smacked and shit and sent out the door. Now you got another dickhead in there doing the same thing. This is the problem. It's a factory. It's a manufacturing factory of people that just take orders. They robots. 18 United States Code 111. Let me move some of these tabs out the way first. 18 United States Code 111, assaulting, resisting, or impeding certain officers or employees. Forcibly assaults, resists, opposes, impedes, intimidates, and interferes with any person designated. Well, this applies to officers and employees though. Yeah, this applies to officers and maybe I'm missing something, but this looks like it applies to their asses. So when you smack one of them upside the head, that covers them. I changed my address to rural delivery on my license and my signature without prejudice. UCC 10308. Had to take a picture for it to take effect. How'd you change it to rural free delivery on with the DMV? You must be magic, because I don't know anybody that's been able to do that shit. That's fire though. The tickets are not valid if any errors on tickets. Remember, errors can't be fixed, only mistakes. Word. They attempted to kidnap you, and he kept asking you to be a man and step out of. Listen, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. If I will bet you any amount of money that if he did not have that badge and that gun, and we was 1-on-1, he would not have said that out of his mouth. I'll tell you something, bro. I would have. I'm not even gonna say that because I don't preach violence on here. I'm a man of peace. I do not entice violence, but I'm not gonna have another man telling me to be a man, because you're gonna have to show me I'm not a man. You know what I mean? Fuck that. You're gonna have to show me I'm not a man. You have to fuck me up, and I respect you. And we can go get a beer afterwards, but you're not gonna be able to just say some shit like that to me, man. You know what I mean? That's crazy. I think it depends if one owns the land. Civil Acts right of 1866 is the act. They got Title 18, 242 from. Charge them under that. They cannot claim immunity because that law passed by 2/3 of Congress. Really? All right, let me look into that. I'm gonna write that down and look into that. Shit, I need to get some paper up here. Hold up. Some paper. A lot of paper. But yeah, I went ahead and slid them contracts back where they belong, though. You see what I'm saying? I slid them contracts back where they belong. I recommend you guys get the the ticket nullifier kit too. I'm gonna give you the gentleman's email. He's got a process he has that he can put you down with. But you basically get this right here. This is a stamp, basically a nullifier. It's got return to sender, refuse for cause without dishonor, and a few codes on there too. So I'm gonna give you his email because I want y'all to hit him up. Tell him A6 sent you and ask him for the ticket nullifier because he's got a kit. He's got two demonstration not affidavits, two demonstration pieces of information, and he's got a piece of law for mail too. And then he's got the stamp that you mark the tickets with, staple the tickets, and slide them back to the district court within 72 hours. Also, by the way, too, let me tell y'all something. If y'all got them UCC ones done and y'all got your home address as the creditor, change that shit. Because I'm gonna tell you something. They can pull your address off of that. Change that shit, bro. Get that shit off of there. Change that shit to get yourself, go over to iPostal One and get yourself a virtual mailbox or something. Yeah, because I fucked up because I gave him the UCC one and that son of a bitch had my home address off of there. So I was a little agitated about that. But I don't make mistakes like that though. You know what I'm saying? I never make those mistakes, dude. Like I was reaching it. I ain't gonna lie. Them four motherfuckers had me reaching in my bag. I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers won't go away. All right, cool. Let me reach a little deeper. And it got to the point where I'm literally like, I got the Fourth Amendment. I got the Fourth Amendment. That's all I got left, the Fourth Amendment. Well, I had something else left, but I ain't going. But I got the Fourth Amendment. You know what I mean? So yeah. Got you. All right, bet. I'm gonna look into that. Thank you, Prof. Appreciate it. Remember, your estate EIN is a trust, also. Yeah, it's a state trust. You're right. I think you have a good case, but you have to defend yourself or help. You have to defend yourself or help from a fellow state national. Listen, there's a few people out here who are willing. I'm pretty sure who are standing by me in this thing because everybody knows how. Anybody that knows me knows how I roll. I'm always uplifting people when people are down. I'm always talking to people to try to help them out. If anybody's in a dark space, I'm always the one to try to breathe some light into their life. You know what I mean? That's just how I move. That's what I do. You know, I've always been that type of man. So listen, when something like this happens, people know the other side is dead wrong because I ain't out to hurt anybody. Damn, that and notice of intent fee schedule. Oh, fee schedule. Let me tell you something. I already had a fee schedule in place. So yeah, yeah. How can we freely transact with lawful money outside of the Fed notes? I've never heard of a Federal Reserve coin, but Federal Reserve notes, do we make affidavits? We're not even talking about that right now, Walrus. We'll probably do that another day, though. But that's a good question. Civil rights are positive law. We don't care about that. Only God's laws. That's fact. We can't charge them criminally, but we can sue them in federal district court for civil versions of Title 18, which is 42 USC 1983. Facts. I beat many traffic infraction in court. I either use my passport card or my license with UCC 1308, no signature. Yeah, I tell people like, yo, if they give you some shit like that, you just write UCC 1308. Don't sign shit. Just write UCC 1308 in the signature part. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I haven't been bothered in a while. I had a lot of police pulling up behind me and just pulling off. They don't even fuck with me for the most part. I don't know if it was a situation. You said you counted 7? 7 what? 7 state troopers? But yeah, they usually don't mess with me though. They usually just pull around me, leave me alone. But I don't know if this guy was new or if he was a rookie. I can't call it. Maybe he was a rookie. He looked kind of young, so he could have been new. You see what I'm saying? Maybe he just got the job. I don't know. But I tell you what, if that was his first day on work, that was a hell of a motherfucking first day. Like I said, listen, I got no issue with him as a man. You know what I'm saying? My issue is you can't take my shit. You see what I'm saying? Whatever. You know, I don't hold grudges, man, but you can't take my shit though. Nah. You know what I'm saying? You can't steal my shit. That's not right. Only thing we can do is file criminal complaints over 10 violations. Yeah, it was a lot of them. Create a bond for insurance. You could do that too. Absolutely. Why didn't you give them your fee schedule? They owe you money. That's a loss for time. Oh, trust me. My fee schedule was already in with Melissa Hyatt. I put that in 2021. Go figure. I've learned you need, and also I got the secure party shit too. So yeah, there's that. I've learned that you need I guess that's a trust EIN, FGT, estate, private bank, individual banker. Okay, sounds like some good shit. Pennsylvania is the Commonwealth state. Not sure if Maryland is, and only Supreme Court that and the only Supreme Court that is real in Pennsylvania. I heard about that. Yeah, because the original White House was in Pennsylvania. You still use that state issue driver's license. Time and energy. Time is energy. Yes. What are you drinking? Looks like you're enjoying it. Some spring water. I had to go to the spring today to charge up. I even went ahead and I grounded myself with a tree and asked the earth for advice. They basically just said, be careful. You're doing what you're put here to do and you're doing it well, but just be very careful. And I think I've been very careful. Because there are evil forces out there. But I walk in the light. The light always casts out the darkness. How can we freely transact with lawful? Bro, if you ask me that one more time, please don't do that again. I'm trying to get to other stuff. Unlawful stop, deprivation of rights, theft, aggravated kidnapping, unlawful ticketing, attempted to kidnap, deprivation of supervisor, that's interference in commerce, attempted auto theft, denial of documents. Yeah. I do this in my republic, which is New York. Tony get busy out there, bro. Tony, let me tell you something. Tony get busy, and for the most part, he stays private. Yeah. I only reverse in the parking spots. Yes, indeed. The cop was trying to practice law as an enforcer. He's not the law. He only enforces. No, there's statute and policy enforcers. He wasn't enforcing no law because the only one who enforced, none of them enforced the law actually, because they was all on some bullshit. Yeah, why you get pulled over in the first place? Anyway, I'm assuming the plate, but I don't know. Let's be honest. It was the plate. He saw the plate and made up an excuse because they can't say I pulled you over because of your plate because that's a violation. Even in their statutes, they cannot pull you over for a plate. They can't pull you over for a plate. They'll make up another reason to pull you over and then get busy. I already knew what time it was because I've been stopped like that before. 11th Amendment. Wait, maybe there's 10. It's 10 gave equity back to the people. I think it was the first, what was it? The first 13, I believe, right? The first 13, I think. The first 13 amendments. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I read that wrong. Gave equity back to the people. Word. Yeah, word. Is that play copy? Yo, I got the contract for the UCC1 number on the plate. That's what's ill. I got that number on the plate. You know what I'm saying? They try to say this plate is it carries up to a year in jail because you falsified a Maryland plate. Bro, that plate said UCC 1308, private at the bottom, DOT exempt. What is it? Something exempt. I forgot what the other. I gotta look at it again. And then at the top, it had the UCC1 contract trust agreement number on there. So it had all that on there. So I don't know what the fuck he was talking about. You know what I'm saying? Then on top of that, like it didn't have nowhere on that it had Maryland. That's why I don't put. If you put Maryland on your plate, you are fucked. That's why I tell you, if y'all gonna make custom plates, do not put your state's name on there. You can put United States of America Republic on there. You can do that. And the United States of America Republic, lowercase u, lowercase s, uppercase r. A while to explain as a private bank. You're also a bank court. Yeah, you talking about the secure party process. I'm familiar with that. I haven't gotten the second one though. Hey, six, I'm with you out of this whole BS is the true facts. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you can get a nice house built over in one of them countries like tropical countries or something like that. 30 bands. I say start saving, put away 30% of your paycheck. Start putting it away now. Every time you get paid, put away 30% of your paycheck somewhere where you won't touch it. Just keep accruing it. Keep stacking. Take your shit and go somewhere else, man. Because obviously they don't give a fuck about nobody over this bit. They crazy out here. They probably got scared after they seen restrict. Dude, they had a battery in there. Somebody was telling them to do that shit, bro. Because I'm telling you, I could see the look in his eyes when he came back and was telling me to step out of the car. I think he was. I can't prove it, all right, but I kind of like 20% of me says he was trying to tell me something, but he had his body cam on. But 20% of me says he was trying to tell me something he didn't want to tell me in front of my camera. But I wasn't willing to take that risk because I don't trust him. You know, I should have been gone by now. You know what I mean? You already don't give a fuck about me traveling and shit. You know, and he was like, I would love for you to tell me about that. Dude, if you want to talk to me, you can hit my email. We can talk via email. You can book a consultation. I'll be glad to tell you about the Constitution and show you all this love. I don't mind. Listen, I even had a police officer that I'm cool with that saw that video. They was like, yo, they was tripping. That was tripping. I don't understand why the fuck they had you on the side of the road, took your plate, which is illegal, even for a law enforcement officer, that's illegal, to leave you on the side of the road with no plate. And he said also the fact that they was doing all that yelling and barking and never actually pulled you out of the car, that didn't make any sense to me. That shit was wrong. And this motherfucker's a fucking police officer. He was like, no, that was even the police officer said that was fucked up. Y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. Where do you go to establish a trust on record once you write up the declaration? You want to get it, you want to go to the county recorder. If your county won't let you do it, because I know Baltimore City, they would not let me record nothing. So you can always go to another county where they record it, and it stands as fact. Once it's in the public and it doesn't get rebutted, it's a fact. I think you can also do it in the newspaper too. Ain't that right, Tony? You can do it in a newspaper too, I think. I use both, depends on the situation. Either way, I study their rules and beat them. I have a Class D license for commerce. I drive a Benz. I tell them that the car is in a trust. Tony is James Bond, yo. They don't fuck with Tony out there, man. They know better. You need to contact the Department of State. What they did was just a federal offense. Yeah, that's true. I should do that too. I think I need to go federal. Countersign the ticket, put a counterclaim underneath. Oh no, I already that shit gone, bro. That shit back where it belongs at the district court. A nullification stamp on it. He wants some money. You got to put a stop to that. Yep. You have to make them eat that. Oh yeah, you're right. Once they ran that passport, they knew it was. Oh no, they saw the passport. But somebody told them over that form was one of them fucking sovereign citizens. Don't worry about that shit. Go over there and fucking do this and that. The third. Then he tried to say, "You hear my supervisor? I don't want to talk to your supervisor now, because when I asked you for your supervisor in the beginning, you told me I couldn't have a supervisor. Now, since I'm dropping some bars on you, now you want me to talk to your supervisor? Fuck your supervisor. I don't want to talk to your supervisor no more." Yeah, I asked for his badge number too. He wouldn't give it to me. That's another thing. I asked for his badge number. He wouldn't give me his badge number. But they do shit like that here in Maryland. They do shit like that. I remember when I was about 19, I used to have an 03 Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution. Fast. I guess the motherfucker was jealous. And he basically hit me up with some bullshit and had me stopped. And he was like, "You know how fast you were going?" I was like, "Well, I couldn't be going that fast because I was doing a U-turn. And I saw you when you looked at me. Your partner tapped you on the shoulder and told you I was right here doing a U-turn." was like, what? I said, yeah, I said that. Matter of fact, what's your badge number? He got mad, like, what? This motherfucker, get out of the car. He opened my fucking, this back when I used to open my window all the way up and leave the door unlocked like a stupid ass child. But he opened the door, get out of the car. I'm like, bro, you can't do this. Get out of the car. Motherfucker got me out the car, put me in handcuffs, and searched my shit. Violated my Fourth Amendment right. But I ain't know my rights back then. I go to court. This some bitch don't even show up. Motherfucker retired. You pussy. Fucking pussy. Because I ain't know much, but I was gonna tell the judge, Your Honor, this man searched my car without a warrant. Yeah, it probably wouldn't have done nothing, but it would have made him look like an asshole at least. Because I ain't know what to do. I ain't know nothing about shit back then. Sign for settlement. Hit me up on that. Yo, hit my email, Rob. Hit my email, bro, because I want to know. Hit my email. We got to talk about that settlement thing. I'm interested in that. Hit my email. They give voting power, they give voting power, not electing power. Right. We're supposed to be electors, not voters. That's why you shouldn't. That's why I don't participate in the voting shit. Definitely get right. The tickets were just litter. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Riveting the private plates and only handing them copies of the passport. Yeah, from now on, they're gonna get copies of my passport because I don't like that shit, bro. They try to keep my shit like, bro, I goddamn paid for that shit. How you gonna take my stuff? Hell, the problem is always enforcement. They'll break the law, but who's gonna stop them? Yeah, you're right. Yep. Guess we gotta move up to the next level. But like I said, I got a few people I'm gonna have in my Telegram group, and we're gonna be a think tank. Time of the stop of detention is a fee schedule claim. Mechanics leading the actual person. It's negative law. You could get them on RICO law, racketeering, 18 U.S. Code 1961 through 68, the Police Domestic Terrorist Organization, Title 18. Sheesh. Carl changed his logo. Hit me up in the email, Carl. The Constitution is a contract between we, the people, and the corporations. It tells them what they can and cannot do. Exactly. I would say we are parties to the Constitution. That's what I would say. Definitely. It doesn't apply to us in terms of the Bill of Rights. Like, it doesn't give us rights, but it stops them from infringing on our rights. That's what it does. That's why at the end of the stop, that police officer came back and says, do you know the difference between a privilege and a right? Like, motherfucker, you think I would have this plate on my shit and giving you a passport and telling you about the Constitution if I didn't know the right between a privilege, know the difference between a right and a privilege? Really? You gonna ask me that? Absolutely. That's why I said, yo, if I know exactly what the difference is between a right and a privilege. If I was driving, which is a privilege, y'all would have nailed me to the wall. Again, the stop would have took 5 minutes. Where's your license? I don't have a license. Get out of the car. No, I ain't getting out. Window smash. Get out. Lock them up. Now, give them a bunch of tickets. Send them to jail. On to the next one. You see what I'm saying? They badly wanted you to step out of that automobile, but they wanted me out of it. They wanted me out of that automobile because they wanted me to come out of the private. The automobile was the private. They wanted me to come out of the private to come in the public. That's what they wanted. You should have went to that precinct right after the incident. Hell no, Tony. That shit ain't gonna, dude. That ain't gonna do shit. That ain't gonna do shit, bro. Complaints is a waste of ink. You go to that precinct to complain, they gonna be looking at you like, you want to complain, huh? Go lock the door. You want to complain, huh? Come over here. I show you how to complain. Nah, I seen people get chased out of Baltimore precincts trying to complain. I seen it happen. I watched it happen with my own eyes. Dude went in to ask for a complaint form, and it was like, "You want to complain, huh?" And opened the door, and 2 police officers came out the back door. There's 3 of them. Oh, you want to complain? Get the fuck out of here. Get out of my fucking. They chased them all the way to the end of the property. They told him, you come back here, we're going to arrest you for trespassing. That shit don't work, Tony. That's a waste of ink. Maryland, Baltimore is a trap I didn't see until I relocated many years ago. I visited family, however, I would not domicile there. Keep up the good fight. Yes, indeed, man. Our rights are my rights. I know my rights. You're not going to take my right. I ain't giving up no rights. At any time, I'm not giving up no motherfucking rights. That's the end of it. I'm not giving up no rights. Period. All they do is internal investigation. It may be useful to speak of mid lawsuit, but yeah. So yeah, it's you got some white hats, but do you really want to place your bets on a white hat in a fucking police internal affairs? No, I don't think it would pan out like that, man. I think it's a waste. I'm putting a lien on the county recorder because he will not remove my land and signature from the tax roll. Damn. He said, I'm putting a lien on your ass. You go do a UCC1 and put a lien on his. Sheesh. Yo, Bill don't be playing, man. God damn. I wouldn't do that, but more power to you, my brother. It's on the application NYDMV going to be trying estoppel on the bankers lien soon. Fire. Y'all out here doing complex shit. Dutchess County, we still making appointments to come through in the DMV. Word, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. And I know about the postmaster of my county. Yo, hey, listen, I'm gonna go take my trustees some flowers on Tuesday. Cause I'm gonna tell you, my trustees love me, man. I come in there like, hey, I'm my favorite trustees. They're my trustee girls, man. They nice, man. Nice ladies. I go in there, man. They do anything I need. They even go out of their way to help me out, man. It's always a good idea to be cool and cordial with your trust. Take care of your trustees, especially at the post office, man. Take care of your trustees. If they're helping you out and they're letting you do general delivery all willy-nilly and you good, take care of them, man. Bring them some flowers, bring them some chocolates, bring them some snacks or whatever when you go in there to do your business, man. Hook them up because they're gonna look out for you. I'm telling you, the post office is your friend. You got to get the post office on your side because you want to use them for general delivery. You want to go do all transactions through the post office. You got to make the post office your friend. Take care of your trustees, man. High vibrations only. Yes, indeed, Carissa. Peace and love. I'm like, what up, Tim? Tim, what's good, son? Form SSA 521 request for withdrawal of application. SSA 521 request for withdrawal of application. Do you what that would do or help you? No, I don't. I don't, Mike. But I'm gonna write that down and research. 7 violations of your rights. I'll hit your grand page so we can link if you want to. Yeah, hit me up, yo. Hit me up. You got me. Hit me up. Looked like they low key planned it. Must be applying pressure. So you think what was planned? You think it was all just to see if I would crack? I'm telling you, if I wouldn't listen, I'm 1,000% sure I was on a few lists before. But if I wasn't on any list, I promise you, I'm got me on a list somewhere, man. You know what I'm saying? That transaction alone should definitely have me on some leave him the fuck alone type list. Did you file the right to travel affidavit in your UCC and record it with the deeds recorder? They didn't. They would not record my shit at the county recorder. They would not. Oh, y'all watched the Super Bowl? What happened, yo? Who winning? Who winning the Super Bowl? A6 thought A6, they thought you was Kevin. Well, listen, I wasn't, you saw how my demeanor was. I wasn't disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't getting angry. Because if you start getting belligerent, now they got a reason to pull you out the whip. Now they got a reason to break your windows because now they feel for their safety. Nobody could legitimately look at that video that I was recording and think for 1 second them police officers fear for their safety. And I think that's the one saving grace, the fact that I was able to maintain my cool. You got to be able to listen, drunk or sober, never lose your composure. Facts. RZA said that drunk or sober, never lose your composure. Keep your composure. If you need to, take a deep breath, inhale, exhale, and deal with the bullshit. Because whether you take a deep breath and exhale and gain your shit together, or whether you don't, you're going to deal with the bullshit. So you might as well have your stuff together and think clearly while you do it. Try UCC 1308 with signature or driver's license in Georgia, and I was denied a driver's license. Had to sign without the UCC one. That's that crazy shit, bro. How many times? And that's the first time I ever been stopped with those plates. But with private plates, private plates 3 times. One time the stop took 5 minutes. Second time the stop took about 18 minutes. And then that time that shit took an hour. Like, yo, y'all are bugging. Typo, do you know what that would do is do you know what would Jesus. Typo, do you know what would excuse me, do you know what that would do is help you with the SSAA 521 form? And has anyone done it yet? Does this strengthen you were doing as far as what we study, or does this liquidate? I don't know. I never use it, so I couldn't give you any good advice on that, Michael, to be honest with you. Yeah, I got a few plates. I ain't worried. It's not the fact that I don't have any plate now. It's the fact that they took my shit. That's my intellectual property, bro. You stole my intellectual property. God damn it. I'm good on that. 75K. We'll see. We'll see. I might have to that first off, I might have to get turned down. Like, nah, bruh. Y'all stole my shit. Oh, nah. That first off, I might have to get turned down. Y'all stole my shit. I sent you the template for conditional acceptance to serve them. Yeah, that's for court, right? I don't think it's gonna be a court date, to be honest with you, though. I think they was just fucking with me. But like I said, I sent the contracts back to cancel them. Is that a copyright infringement? Yeah. Hey, yes. All my shit is all of my stuff in the UCC1 is covered. I got contracts for all of that shit. Me and the debtor strawman Inslee just transmitting utility trust have an agreement. That's a violation of contract. Fuck around and take that settlement and buy it, fucking build a house somewhere. You know what I mean? Stack your crypto. Oh, what up? What up? What up, Jared? Make that cop an example that your city will respect your shit. Yeah, well, we're gonna see what's up. We definitely gonna see what's up. When you can pay it off a personal loan, lawful money as opposed to the whole amount of silver gold, like $1 silver coin, that created the whole kind of thing paid off. He talking about banking right now. I'm not talking about banking right now, Michael. All due respect. Patrick Humpty just said they threw away 400 million chicken eggs due to weird regulations. This motherfucker ain't talking about eggs. What up? What up, Joe? What up? What up, Joe? What's good, champ? They was big man. Oh, they was a little agitated. They was hot under the collar, man. But that's a problem though, bro. A man exercising his rights should not make anyone that's supposed to protect people's rights hot under the collar. You got an upside down system if that's the case. The system is fucked up. New York is a commerce state, especially when you have old ladies at the desk handling your paperwork. You'd be surprised what you can slide by if you talk to them about the old. Yo, Tony. No, Tony. See, Tony from New York. He know how to. He got that the gift of gab for real. You know what I mean? New Yorkers got that game. That's an East Coast thing all day. We got that game, yo. We know how to just talk. You know what I mean? Tony know what's up, man. Game recognized game, Tony. But yeah, man, you talk to these trustees nice, bro. Like, yo, you come in there nice. How y'all feeling today, y'all beautiful trustees? You know what I'm saying? When I went into the DMV to get them to change the general delivery, I said, yo, y'all did an excellent job today. Can I please have your name? Because I'm gonna write a letter of recommendation to give you a raise as soon as I leave here. It was, oh, thank you so much. Nobody's ever did that before. That's your path. Nobody's ever did that before. Exactly. I'm the guy that did it. You see what I'm saying? So anytime you come in there, remember what trustee you dealt with last time and go see that trustee. They'll help you. Absolutely. But yeah, 1,000%, man. Take care of your trustees. Works every time. I live in a town of old timers. Yep. Oh, let's be honest. The old times was fire, man. Give all your police precinct in your town a dropped off notification of all your paperwork. That's fire too. You can also do registered mail or certified mail too. Learn how to write a suit and sue them in federal court. You have a great case. If the complaint is written well enough, you will get a settlement. Oh yeah, I gotta I'm gonna be let's just say I'm gonna be talking to Jonah Bay. I'm gonna be talking to Jonah Bay very soon. All right. Very soon. I'll be talking to Jonah Bay very soon. What up, Albert? Good to see you here, champ. If they pulled you out of the car, that'd be kidnapping. Dude, if they pulled me out of the car, I ain't gonna say that because I know they watching. I ain't even gonna say that. Savages. Yep. No, it's paperwork for the lawsuit or go to the internal affairs is easy in New York in New York to crush police. Really? So send the internal affairs the lawsuit. Is that what you're saying? That's interesting. This is how you turn their fake money lawsuit. Don't leave the work before it's done. Yep, absolutely. I agree with that, Jacob. A page for my book is my name and my documents are private property, and I do not part with my property without just compensation for consulting my counsel first and tell them I don't incriminate myself as my right. That's another thing too. That's actually in the Constitution. You got the right against self-incrimination. I'm not telling you shit. Fuck that. And yet the 14th well through our or and yet the 14th through well on weren't ratified by the states because it affected our rights. The 17th. I don't pay attention to none of that shit. The 14th and none of that shit after that. All that shit's bullshit. Not ratified, not valid. Depends on the postmaster. Yeah, I guess that's true. Your postmaster is also a banker. Word. Yeah, I think I read that somewhere. I think Patrick Devine said the postmaster is a banker too. Every vehicle code and state is commercial. It's all fraud. Yeah, that's why you have to be contract. If you have a driver's license, you are underneath those codes. When you sign a driver's license, you're contracting with them to follow the codes. If you don't have a contract with them, they don't have any jurisdiction. The Chiefs won. Get the fuck out of here. Yo, that's crazy, man. Shit. No, I didn't feel like Kevin. Absolutely not. I didn't feel like Kevin. I'll be honest with you, Tony. My thoughts. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I saw the motherfuckers putting on the gloves, I was like, all right, this is about to get nasty. That's what I was thinking. This is about to get nasty. That's exactly what I was thinking. This is about to get nasty. That's what I was thinking. So I was like, I already had a plan. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna stick to the Fourth Amendment. I'm just gonna if they touch me while I'm talking about the Fourth Amendment over and over and over again, it's gonna look terrible on camera for them. That's what I was thinking. Don't say nothing but the Fourth Amendment. They kept trying to get me to say, so you're not gonna get out of the car. If I would have said, no, I ain't getting out, boom, broke the window, pull you out. You know what I mean? That would have been what it was. But now I felt like at that point, then when he was like, is that your final offer? I'll say, this motherfucker can't do shit. At that point, I'm like, hold on. So you mean to tell me you over here talking all that shit? You know what I mean? So whatever. A6, that one enforcer low key tried to take your travel binder, had you handed it to him, but you said, no, you can get this paper though. Like, yo, you know what they wanted? They wanted that paper. I had, and that's another thing too. When you are be mindful what documents you're grabbing. If you got like your recension of license document facing outward with the state's name on it, they want that. He was like, I'll take that document with Maryland. I want that doc. I'm not giving you that document. I don't want to give it to you. I'm giving you this passport. I'm not contracting with you, bro. They wanted that shit because that shit had the license, the driver's license information on it. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm not giving you this. You're not getting it. I'm not giving it to you, man. Why? I'm not giving you. Gonna take this passport. You're gonna take this Supreme. I gave him a Supreme Court ruling of Dawes versus Kent 1950. I gave him that. I gave him a traffic what is it? One of those uh notices for traffic stops, like basically, all traffic enforcers such and such. Gave him that. I just happened to have that. So I was like, hey, fuck it, take this. It also gave him there was one more thing I gave him too. I gave him the definition of driver, but he slid that back. He didn't even read it. He just slid it back in the window. Like, fuck your paperwork. But yeah, tried to low key to take your travel bond. No, you can get this paper though. Probably not verbatim, something along them lines. But yeah, man. Yeah, I can't do it, man. The recording plus the composure. Yep. He definitely tried to get it. They wanted that binder bad, Joe. They wanted my binder. Baby, what else you got in there? What else you got in that binder? I got some stuff in there. You don't need to see it though, but I got some stuff in here. But yeah, they had the UCC one. I gave them the UCC one with the ends legis name, right, and all capitals, and then the regular the creditor, my just the first or my given name basically. I gave him that, and that's I fucked up though because that that had the home a home address on it, which I got to change. So you don't want to do no, you don't want to have the home on nothing. You don't want to do that. Don't never have no place where you lay your head on nothing. That's the only thing I had in my automobile with that on there, and I didn't even realize I had it on there. The, for UCC 1308, put the state code equivalent on the license. You know what's crazy? He put the license plate UCC 1308 on the ticket too. Like, yo, you literally wrote that on the ticket. Why did you write that on the ticket? Why did you do that? You realize that's not a good look for you, right? Yeah, he did that though. I mean, it's a crime for them not to record your stuff. Take the law in there and show it to them. Tell them I would drag your ass in the federal district court for dereliction of duty. Dereliction of duty. Damn, I couldn't even read it. Dereliction of duty. Word. It was like, yeah, because I mailed it to him. It was like, yeah, we only record property. We don't record stuff like this. Because I wanted to record my nationality declaration, but they wouldn't do it. Chiefs over Eagles 31-21. Can I predict the future? Shit. That's crazy. So the Chiefs beat the motherfuckers, huh? I tell you, man, that shit is rigged like shit. He faked the damn ankle injury and was standing on his ankle before halftime. Like, yo, you hurt your ankle. How are you standing on your ankle? That shit was fucking scripted. NFL is scripted like shit, man. It's all scripted. And then when that thing happened with the catch, because I was watching some of it over my people's house. When that thing happened with the one-handed catch, the score was literally if you took one of the numbers and subtracted it from one and the other number and added it, you got 33. And then if you look at the all the stats for both teams on both sides, they mirrored each other. So it was a mirror. And then 33, 33, 33. You know what I'm saying? 8-6 being appropriate for the interaction is key. Being thorough and asking what you can do to help make their jobs easier while you're trying to submit the documents. True. Yeah, I never actually. I only tried to record something with the county recorder one time. I might try it again. Might have to physically go down there. What up, Albert? Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. Anybody who donated, man, thank you guys so much. I greatly appreciate it. I'm gonna be stacking my chips, trying to get this Jonah Bay paperwork because that's gonna be a few $100s to get it. But it's good to have and good to know, just in case I have to pass the knowledge along to anybody else. The Fifth Amendment protects the right to private property in two ways. First, it states that a person may not be deprived of their property by government without due process of law and fair procedure. Word life. Wolf always on the prowl. Yep. Define person. Hey, that's a tricky word, man. But person can actually mean natural person, though. But it could also mean a corporation. It can mean a business, a trust, and a state. The word person has a lot of different definitions under Black's Law Dictionary. I don't have a driver's license. I showed them proof that I rescinded. I said, here, only reason I got this right here is proof of rescission. I sent the driver's license back. I don't have a contract with them anymore. Showed him that too. He wanted the paper though. He wanted, give me that. Let me get that. No. Hell no. They need a warrant to seize anything. That's facts too. Really appreciate you getting Jonah Bay. Thank you for me, A6. I learned a lot from you. Thank you, man. Stay strong. They know you the God. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I'm a God. Awesome did with Jonah Bay. Thank you guys, man. Yeah, I was surprised the Jonah Bay video didn't get more views, but the information in that video, man, I was learning so much. I didn't want to stop. I know he had stuff to do, but I'm like, damn, I'm learning a lot. He was talking about the Django movie, man. Dude, it was crazy. Go check out that Jonah Bay video, the video I put out right before I put out the traffic stop video. Check that out because Jonah Bay has some bars. And for all my people who are European, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to tell anybody what they can or can't say in terms of certain thoughts on my channel. So if you don't like the language he was using, you're gonna have to take that up with him. I didn't say the language, you know what I mean? So I don't personally believe in some of the language. I don't use the language he was using, but it is what it is. He has the First Amendment and the right to say what the fuck he wants to. So, you know, don't take that personal, I would say. Thank you, James. Greatly appreciate it, man. Y'all out here looking out for me, man. Thank you so much, man. By the way, that cop failed to identify. It was a whole lot of violations, Mike. I don't think they wanted to identify when I started to go in on them. I don't think they wanted to. They wanted to just be anonymous and shit. You know what I'm saying? They look like agents, to be honest. My man Bad Wolf hooking me up, man. Good looking out, bruh. Thank you, man. Thank y'all so much, man. Yes, indeed. The court asked me for my address. I told her I'm not telling you where I live. I live on the land. Where do you live? I want your address just in case something goes wrong. I know what. Yo, that's fire. Yo, Mike out here getting busy. Something goes wrong. I know where to find you. They're not giving you their address. Exactly. She got shook. Right. What's your address? I need your address so I can find you in case you do something unconstitutional. That's some heat, right? I might have to steal that, Mike. That's some fire, yo. Start holding these motherfuckers accountable. These people are trustees, man. Start holding your trustees accountable. Right. And you know what's crazy about this though? What's crazy about this is you can actually get their addresses if you try hard enough. You can get their addresses. I'm not saying I would do so. Not saying I would, but you can get their addresses. If you got the right information, you can get their addresses. Thank you, man. Thank y'all, man. Y'all are good people, man. Y'all are so good to me. Thank you. Y'all are actually compensating me for my stress and my time. Thank you guys. I appreciate it, man. Y'all looking out for me big time. The guy from Sovereign Living told me if you were a state national not to use UCC because it's still government contract owned by the United Nations. But see, okay, I got that, right? I got that. But here's the thing. Do you think, Bill, that it would have been any different if I had a plate without any of their codes in it? You think they would have still took my plate? Let's be honest. That's what I want to know. Somebody hit me up in my email. I was like, yo, try to get one of these Z plates right here. I was looking at the plate. I'm like, that plate is a little too flashy. You know what I mean? The Z plate it's got a giant Z on it, and it's got the peacetime flag. It's a little too flashy. You know what I'm saying? I think what I might do is I might eventually go get one of them plates with the embossments and do it like that. I have a few police interactions on video of me getting pulled over. I will start sharing. Oh yeah, oh shit, yeah, yeah. If you want to share them to me privately, if you don't want to put them out there in the public, Tony. Wolfman is in the house. Yeah, he been on the prowl. Tony again with the donation, man. Y'all looking out for me, man. Thank y'all so much. Can you record? You can record at any recorder's office in the USA. Yeah, y'all need to hit me up on that too, because I got to figure out how I'm gonna do this. Civic Maker, I definitely want you in the I definitely want you in the small circle I'm gonna have dealing with this particular situation. So I definitely want you involved, and I'm gonna have a few other people too. When he denied you a sheriff, he told on himself in order for him to hand you over to the sheriff, he messed up. Word. Then he tried to say, "Yeah, I can take you to jail." Blah blah blah. I said, even if you was going to take me to jail, you would have to. If you were going to arrest me, you would have to take me to go see a magistrate. You can't just take me to jail. That's false arrest. And he was like, "We can go see a judge. We can go see a magistrate. Whatever you want." Like, what are you trying to get me to do exactly? Why are you trying to sweep me out of the car? Like, you know what I'm saying, like, yo, what? No, man, absolutely. I don't trust you. I don't trust you at all. I don't know, man. Who knows? And listen, maybe in some alternate universe, I got out of the car and he said, "Look, I just want you to know I do respect what you're doing. Look, I completely understand everything you're doing. All right, but I'm being told to do this by my supervisor. So look, I did something on a ticket. The ticket's gonna be thrown out. Don't worry about it. But I do respect what you're doing, and everybody around here respects you. Oh yeah, keep it up. Yeah, keep it up, man. No, fuck no. What are the odds of that? No, absolutely. I don't. Nah, I don't trust you, man. I just don't trust you. Y'all got a y'all have a bad reputation. I don't trust you. Look what I'm going through, exercising my rights. I don't trust you. Your stop should have took a few minutes. If you want to go ahead and have it be a situation where you want to talk to me, you know what I mean? Ask me what I'm doing, and ask me what my plate is about. You know what I'm saying? And look at my passport and say, okay, all right, so you exercising your rights. Well, that's what's up, man. So where did you come across this information? I'll be glad to talk to you. We can talk at that point. You can relax. I'm not going to give you a ticket or anything. I'm just curious. Okay, cool. Let's talk. You know what I mean? But nah, that all that other shit you did was too much, man. You can't, nah, you can't do that. What was the score? I never looked at. I never looked. That was my prediction from earlier today before the game started. I don't even know the Chiefs won. Chiefs won another one. Yeah, I said don't sleep on that motherfucker, Mahomes, man. Any man that can beat another ass scripted. Who gives a fuck? Nor shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against himself, nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. Facts. Facts. Well, see, this is how they get you though with the Fifth Amendment. When you come in there as an ens legis, right? You're not really testifying against yourself at that point because you're claiming to be an ens legis. You see what I'm saying? I think that's how they get you for real. Nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation. That's another violation, right? That's another violation. The game score was 38-34 Chiefs. Civic Maker, thank you, man. Thank you so much, man. Y'all giving me y'all energy. I greatly appreciate this. Not yet. I'm gonna watch Django. I might even watch it. I'm about to end this live stream in a few minutes. I might even watch it again tonight. Get myself some water, re up on water, man. Relaxing. I really need to unwind because I just been running around all this weekend. I had to Saturday early. I had to kill the contracts. I had went over to UPS to get a notary public. I ran around from bank to bank trying to get a notary. I went to Wells Fargo. I'm waiting in Wells Fargo for 30 freaking minutes. I'm trying to hurry up and get this stuff done and get these tickets slid in before the post office closes because at that point I won't be able to send the contracts back in time. So I'm going back and forth trying to get a notary public. I go to Wells Fargo. These assholes, this motherfucker over there doing some kind of consultation for 30 minutes. I'm like, I ain't got time for this. Left, went over to another bank. Um, uh, went to that bank. They didn't have a notary public on site. I'm like, come on, man. I went over to another bank right across the street. It was closed. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. So then I was like, all right, cool. It's a UPS store here. I go in to the UPS store. It's this these two Koreans. It's one Korean guy and it's another Korean lady. And she's helping the customer. So I'm standing in line waiting with an envelope in my hand. And she says, well, what can I do for you? I said, I just need a notary. She says, yeah, I can do a notary. No problem. Just wait for me over at that table over there. So I said, all right, cool. Finally. So I go over there to get my notary done. I'm waiting. Guy finishes up with his customer, goes in the back to wrap some boxes. Lady comes around after she helps her customer. And she says, yeah, I can do a notary. She starts telling me all the ins and outs. And she says, it's going to be $5 cash only. Blah, blah. I'm like, no. She says $6 cash only. I'm like, oh, I looked defeated at that point because remember the kind of the Friday I had. I was like, I reached in my wallet, all I had was a five. I'm like, she says, you look like you had a hard day already. Just relax. I'll take care of you. I'm like, thank you. I was defeated, dude. I'm sitting down there with my $5 looking pathetic. Like I saw looking in my pocket, my breast pocket. I'm taking out coins and pennies and nickels. I'm trying to get an extra dollar out of I had 58. I was looking like an asshole. I had 58 cents. People was looking at me like fucking weirdo got change this. It was crazy, yo. So I'm counting pennies, nickels, and dimes. I'm looking crazy. People, you can literally, it was quiet in the building because this little small office. You can literally hear the change being shuffled around while I'm counting it. People looking at me like the lady comes over, like, don't worry about the change. I got you. So she says, what do you need notarized? So I with the kit I told you guys about. By the way, speaking of which, let me hook y'all up right now before I forget. Because I want y'all to have this information. I want you guys to hit my man up right here, okay? Um, hit him up because this gentleman right here, he's going to supply you with a kit for rescindent stamping. Give him some bit. Tell him A6 sent you. Make sure you tell him A6 sent you. Very imperative. Tell him A6 recommended you. It's not even it's real cheap. I mean, don't be a cheap ass. Go over there and hook my man up because we need to support each other. You know what I'm saying? So this is his info in the chat. So let me finish telling you what happened. So I have the 2 documents he provided me. You got to put the tickets and all that stuff on there. So I'm like, I need these notarized. She says, okay, all right, no problem. Let me do this, blah, blah, blah. So I go ahead and drop a signature on the bottom, or autograph at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Drop a date on there. She notarized the joint with a stamp. That was love. She puts a little mark on there. That was love. Does the other one. She says, oh, so you need 2 of them done. All right, well, look, this is what I'm going to do. Since you don't have any more cash, I'm just going to bill you on the miscellaneous. That way you still go ahead and pay for the extra notary. We still get paid. I said, that's not a problem. I even pay for both of them, notary, and give you the 5 just for good service. You feel me? Because look, I was asked out if I couldn't get her to notarize it, because literally I'm running around trying to get everybody to notarize this document. It's 10:45. I'm trying to get back to the post office and get all this stuff sent in before 12. You know what I'm saying? Because the post office closes at 12 p.m. So I'm like, yo, I got to get this done, because you got a certain amount of time to rescind the contract. You got 72 hours. I got the contract yesterday. So I'm like, trying to get this done the following morning. Like, I got to get this finished. So got that done, sent that off certified with green slip. So we're all good there. But dude, it was crazy. It was crazy. 45, my bad. Talking about cash. Hip hop, thank you so much, man. Thank you again, man. Y'all are lifesavers out here, man. Y'all are really hooking me up. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, Dr. Bass. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Carissa, thank you so much with the sticker. Thank you for purchasing this. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you. Wow, Mike. Yeah. After that Jonah Bay video, you made the list. The boys was upset. They wanted you back. Actually, the Jonah Bay video came out after I got pulled over. But yeah, they was fucking with the sound on the Jonah Bay video, because the intro music, they wouldn't let y'all hear it. They was messing with the sound. Jonah Bay was like, yeah, probably because you got my name on it, the sound ain't playing. Because he watched my show before. So he says, yeah, probably because you got my name on it, the music ain't, we can't hear the music. But it might be because you have my name on it. So I was like, yeah, that's probably a good point, because they watching Jonah Bay. They probably got a long ass follow on Jonah Bay. You talk about somebody knowing stuff. This dude knows a lot. Let's clarify why rescission keeps failing. Knowledge, bro. What's up, Knowledge, bro? I watched the Jonah Bay. He knows a lot about treaties and stuff, but he's a little lost in the sauce. No one lives on the sun. I think he was talking about in terms of a spiritual aspect. Jonah Bay video was awesome. Your video with Jonah Bay was great. Just bought his book. It's hard to record paperwork in August to Georgia as well. I would have dialed 911 on the spot and sent the supervisor down with this with the speakerphone on speaker so he can hear the officer being disrespectful. Yeah, I don't know if that would have worked though. That probably wouldn't even work. You probably got to call the sheriff, but I don't even know if that'll work, honestly. Bro, they was trying to plant something in your car. Possibly too. That's possible too. I have my stance correction done. Do you think I can have? First off, you gotta get the terminology right. All right. You don't have a right to carry guns. You don't have a right to have a gun. You have a right to bear arms. So you got some more work to do before you even. If you got to ask me something like that, you should not do that until you get familiar with the terminology. Because if you make mistakes like that, you're not ready yet. You better get your shit right, man. Because you know what I mean. You might end up in front of a judge if you're not careful. Jared Theros, you know nothing about science. Please stop. Oh, we're not doing this again, bro. Here we go. Redactor, Red October, and Jared back and forth again. Here we go. I'm not doing that again. I'm not even gonna read y'all comments. Kind of hot right now. The flex bearing arms. Yeah, right. Yeah. After Frank Barris did, it's gonna be a gunfight on the side of the road in a minute. They ain't want that smoke. You should have told them after 25 minutes you charge $100 a minute. Dude, I was literally doing as much as I could and with what I had to work with. You know what I mean? I made a few mistakes, but I think overall I did solid. But yeah, I told them it was $100 million lien on that automobile. Though they stopped trying to take it after that. And then I told you the tow truck driver pulled up and they waved him away after I told him I'm exercising my Fourth Amendment right. He couldn't do shit. Motherfucker pulled up and had the damn bed, the flatbed down. And I know how tow trucks work. So he put the bed down to scare me. I'm like, man, fuck out of here. I know you can't move with that bed down. You'll fuck the bed up, you goofy. Another cop situation. They put the wrong dates on the ticket for a national. Wrong info avoids the ticket. Who knows what's up with the inside nationals or sympathizers? Or that's what's up, Wolf. Let them know you're returning their tickets. Do a notary online, bro. Yeah, I heard you can do an online notary too. Be like Yusuf, all his girlfriends become a notary, and now his wife is too. That's kind of fire. In-house notary always. Yo, that's smart as shit. That's actually fucking smart, yo. That's actually fucking smart. That's intelligent, yo. Oh man, road back does notaries for anyone free. If you ever had one, who is RD back? RD back. I think it says road back. I don't know if you have one near you. TD Bank, okay. No. Usually Wells Fargo does my it usually does my stuff. That's the stamp guy if you want to holler at him. Best way to get registered stamps, been unable to register stamps. Y'all all over the place with these questions. I've been studying my human civil rights with my dad. I enjoy watching your videos. You teach me a lot. By the way, if you don't know, I'm Carl's son. Oh, that's what's up, man. Cool. Thank you for watching, man. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, keep studying, man. Your dad's leading you the right way. Absolutely. Thank you for watching. Did that and it works. Got pulled over. Called the office and get the super on the line. That's dope. Okay, so that does work. Wow, I didn't think that worked. I think they would just come up like hive minded. Like you got 4 more some bullshit, and then 4 more of them come up with some bullshit. Now you got 8 of them looking at you like that's what I thought would happen. I'm in school, no doubt. All right, keep researching, man. That's a good question. Keep researching. Don't take your time, man. Peace. I think I got a little remedy for you. Hit my email. What works for me whenever I get pulled up, I'm traveling. I did in the dress trains. Let me know and I'll explain it more. Hit my email, man, because I'm about to get off of here and get some rest. I'm tired. It's 2 hours. I had a hell of a weekend. I'm about to be tired. Knowledgeable media donation. Thank you, man. Thank you. Damn, I wish I had known all this in October. Got a ticket now. I have a warrant. Sheesh. That's crazy. They be on some bullshit. Dirty. Ah, man, that's crazy. But they be on some bullshit. That's what it is. But listen, man, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'm not doing a invite today. I'm keeping this short and brief because I need to rest. But thank you guys for tuning in, man. Anybody who has any other ideas, you got my email right at the bottom. You see it right down there. Please hit the Cash App. Send me some donations so I can get this Jonah Bay information, and I can apply it so we can have I can have a remedy, and you can be aware of how to get that remedy. But yes, sir, that's what it is. Let's see. Remedy for warrant. I don't have a remedy for a warrant as of right now. At some point, 860's questions get absolutely absurd. You don't even got drones, just dummies. Thank you, Dirty. Thank you. See you on the Telegram. All right, I got you. Yo, if y'all on the Telegram, man, hit my email if you want to get the Telegram so we can chat it up some more. I'm gonna select a few heads and we're gonna talk privately about how to handle the situation. Hit my email. My email is at the bottom. It's right there at the bottom. Hit my email. I got you, and I will respond as soon as I can. Yes, indeed. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. It is A6, the 4 National Born Natural, and I'll see you. I'll be checking in with you guys during the week, but I will see you next weekend. Peace.